Better Call Saul Season 6 Episode 9 Theories and Predictions Explained. Well, the show is back and the first episode of the second half of the season recently aired, with there being some real standout moments in it, and ones that have now changed the trajectory of the show. I thought I'd give my theories and predictions to what I think is going to happen in the next episode. So let's get into it. Here is Better Call Saul Season 6 Episode 9 Theories and Predictions Explained. Just to let you know, this video will contain spoilers. When looking back at the last episode Point and Shoot, a lot happened, and there's a lot to be built upon as we draw ever closer to the season finale. With 3 major deaths this season, the show doesn't seem to be slowing down, and with 2 in the past 2 episodes, there's a lot to deal with the preview for episode 9 being in black and white, which usually insinuates it being part of a gene sequence. Especially with Jimmy monologuing over the top, I don't know whether it's going to be as straightforward as that. We've had a lot of black and white previews over the past couple of weeks, and I feel it transcends more than just the meaning of a gene sequence being on the horizon. I feel it potentially symbolizes the hold and draining of life that all of the events unfolding is doing to both Jimmy and Kim, and the inevitable demise that's going to occur. I'm going to break down the predictions for each individual character and approach in that way. Jimmy and Kim. At the end of episode 8, we heard that Jimmy had to be at his office at 9:30, and Kim had to be at her office at around 10 AM, so we're going to see them both go off to work and encounter people that they speak with as part of their everyday life, and will most certainly know if something's up, which means that they're going to have to be at the top of their game to not let anything slip. I imagine it will likely be harder for Kim due to the fact that she may encounter Cliff Main, who last saw Howard running off and acting strange, so conversation about him is something that's likely going to be present, and Kim will have to be on it from the off. I think we're going to see the pair struggle to be able to keep it together. We know Kim isn't in Breaking Bad, and I think that this could potentially be the start of the demise of the character. We know that Kim doesn't necessarily come from the best background, with her mother being the criminal that she was, but this is next level. She witnessed Howard get killed in front of her, and she's tied directly to it, something that we're already seeing her mind struggle to deal with, due to the fact that when Mike was speaking to her and informing both herself and Jimmy on how to approach the situation moving forward, she looked straight past him and didn't break eye contact with the wall for the entirety of it, showing that she was lost inside of her own mind. Jimmy and Kim have a lot of evidence that could potentially go against them if the revelation of Howard's death were to start to be seen as suspicious. They've been plotting to take down Howard for a long time, and they have the board with their plan, people they've been meeting with, Jimmy's fingerprints on Howard's car if it were to be checked, are just a couple of things that could go against them if they were to be found. There's a lot that could point towards them, so they're going to have to be smart about how they move forward. The Sandpiper case is something that we'll likely see get closed off officially, and I'm thinking we'll see them now drift away from the law arm of the show as we see them deal with everything that's now on the cards. Gus. Following the events that occurred in episode 8 of the show, where we saw him take out one of his biggest threats, which was Lalo Salamanca, we saw that he stated to his employee Lionel that he wouldn't be returning for the rest of the week due to an unforeseen circumstance. We saw Mike state how things could have gone differently, and insinuated that his actions weren't thought out and were almost quite reckless. This is where I feel we heard Gus be a different kind of character to how we've seen him all season. We've seen him be this man that has been consumed by paranoia and fear, and has essentially gone along with everything that Mike has advised him and told him to do. Whereas in this moment, with him answering back, I feel we saw a side of a man who has taken back control and is no longer bound by the fear that was once within him. Yes, the threat is not completely gone, as the Salamancas will most certainly want to know what has happened to Lalo and where he is, but I think we're going to see a different side to the character as we embark on the final part of the season. He stared death in the face and came out on the other side, something that I imagine he didn't think he would do in that situation. Mike. With Mike having staged Howard's death with a narrative that he told both Jimmy and Kim, I feel the pair are going to slip up, and he's going to have to deal with some of the repercussions that could be coming their way. I think he will continue acting as the safeguard for Gus and both Jimmy and Kim, but the thought of his family is something that's going to be honing in. Him witnessing Howard, an innocent man being taken and falling victim to the wicked games that get played, is something that I feel he most certainly doesn't want to happen to his family, and will play heavily on his mind. I feel that was the importance of the scene from a couple of episodes where he was on the phone. The Salamancas are a threat that is still active, and with Gus taking out Lalo, It's going to be hotter than ever, and Mike's going to have to be on his A-game even more as head of security. I would love to see Hector receive the footage of the night that unfolded between Gus and Lalo, as when watching it, he would not expect it to go the way that it did, with there being the twist of Lalo being killed. It would be like he'd be watching the episode as we were. I don't think the black and white shot is a preview to the next episode. I think they're just moments that are being shown to us and we'll see unfold over the next few weeks. Next week's episode is going to be an interesting one for sure. I'm intrigued to see if we're going to get that gene sequence, and the closure that it feels like the show is certainly alluding to with its last few trailers and previews being in black and white. Regardless, there is a lot to be built upon, and I can't wait to see how they're going to be reacting and dealing with the repercussions of the events that took place in Point and Shoot. So, there you have it. Better Call Saul Season 6 Episode 9, Theories and Predictions Explained. If you want to see more videos on Better Call Saul such as endings explained, theories and predictions, and character breakdowns, then click on the I button, or alternatively you can head over to my channel where you'll find them all. If you want to give me a show or movie that you'd like me to review, then head over to my Twitter, @BrainPilot_, and tweet me what show or movie you'd like me to review next. And finally, if you'd like to see what I rate movies that don't quite make the cut to getting a dedicated video, then head over to my Letterboxd profile. It's where I rate the latest releases in real time. What do you think is going to happen next? Leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.